Yesterday I saw a post on Instagram how to build a workstation, a work table kind of, with 4 pallets. So I last minute went to the shops this morning and bought some secondhand pallets, really cheap. So the purpose of this workstation will be that I will do, my seedlings, my potting and everything up here. The seedlings can grow here on the station as well. I probably will build some shelves on the back as well, just to give it more space additionally. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. I'll just have to cut 2 of the pallets as sides and the rest just stacks on top. You will see the process, but yeah, at the beginning I'll just have to take that measurement here, which is 14 centimeters, put it right here, and this will basically, I'll do a proper line, don't worry, but this will be the line where I have to cut it. This part will cut here. Well, you will see it in the video, but yeah, pretty simple setup apparently. I'm keen to try it out. That's one side done. Not this one, obviously. Okay, that's one side done. Stay there. And now I just have to repeat that one more time. And then the 2 sides are already finished. And now comes the moment of truth, just to see if I didn't make any mistakes. And indeed, I did make a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake, but I forgot to cut more stuff than I thought I had to cut. I actually have to cut this entire piece as well, so the other pallet can rest on those corners here. So yeah, a bit more of that. So now that's how the piece should look like. So I'll do the other one and then hopefully I can set up the table. Why does it always look so much easier in those videos? Ooh. Okay. So I will put the screws in here first before I put the top part on. In the video they showed it differently. They put the two you know, levels on first. Whew, I'm out of breath. And then they screwed it all in, but for my sake and for the sake of the stability, I'll put the screws in both sides in the back, and then it gives me more support to put the last part on. Ta-da! Oh, I like it! This is amazing! Alright, if you're looking for a cheap table, work table, station, whatever, this is amazing. I'm just gonna put the left of, excuse me, I'm just gonna put the rest of the screws on the top, and then it's a nice looking table. Sweet! So I remember that I saw this piece in the shed, like an old piece for something, and look at that. If I put it here, I have some type of shelf to put like some gardening tools, like to hang stuff even. Yes, why not? Let's do it! I'm in full DIY construction mode. Okay, now I just have to be careful where the screws were in. Kind of be careful. 1, 2, 3. Good morning. It's time to continue on the project. I have the last few boards that I want to attach. I still have some boards missing which I need to pick up to finish the entire thing. So yeah, a bit more work inside, and I might start with the shelves for the table as well. Let's see if I can figure out a solution for that. So, although I'm not entirely finished with the garden beds on the other side, I will start to fill those beds here because I kind of have to figure out how much more soil I have to buy. First of all, I want to put a bit of the magnesium and calcium crushed dolomites powder on the bottom because I know, of course, that the soil is a bit too sour here. So, because also I want to add a load of wood chips on the bottom layer, just so I don't have to buy, you know, all the soil to fill the bed up completely. I might not fill it up completely anyway, but just to give it a bit more structure, and also to prevent maybe the weeds from coming up. Just a small protection layer. I mean, it's not 100% barrier for sure, but still. And then I'll just put the soil bags on top, and then I'll see how much more I have to buy. So that's the deal for this step. So that's kind of the idea. Just we'll need another board, obviously. This one already, is breaking apart. And then my plan is to, additionally to this space here, I'll have, areas where to put my seedlings here as well. And they will just, be exposed nicely to the sun here and not shade this area too much also. So all plants will have enough sun to grow healthily. That's the plan. Just gonna get a bit larger of a board and a bit, shorter if possible. I'll cut it. Pretty neat as a construction for being all, almost recycled. Nice. I wanted to start everything from seeds, but of course I'm a bit late in the season. So I bought those different kind of cabbages and salads. They have been neglected in the pot for a bit, so I'm not sure that all of them will make it. I will plant a few here and then I will spread out the other ones in the other beds, just to have like a mixed crop culture going on. I'm not sure if this little salad will survive, but I'll give it a go anyway. Good morning! So it's really time to finish those last garden beds. I had some boards missing, so I couldn't finish the entire beds. So that's the job for today, and obviously also making the middle part. And as you could see it from the flapping of the plastic, it's also time to attach the plastic to the wooden boards. So I will use some sort of slat on the outside. So kind of imagine the wooden board being inside, the plastic in between, and this slat outside. And I'll just gonna put some screws in here, and the leftover plastic or tarp will be covered with wood chip. So I'll make kind of a outside walking path with wood chip, just fill it up completely what I have left. Also to make sure obviously that the weeds don't grow there, and I have a nice walking path outside. And I think later on, beside that walking path, I will have a few outside beds, but that's for the future. So let's finish those beds, attach the plastic, and then I can finish filling up the other garden beds with the soil and then plant the seedlings that I bought. Let's go! So in case you were wondering why I'm cutting in a really weird way, well, I was trying to make that wonderful piece here, which is a bit due to the uneven ground, as well as this piece was really wonky when I bought it. So I tried to make it as smooth as possible, which it is not, but I'm gonna let it go for now. It's a garden bed. You will not see it at the end because it will be covered with beautiful plants and dirt and everything. So yes, I'm really not gonna win a prize for this one on beauty, but I just want to use my leftover pieces and not just cut a new one that might look pretty but has not real purpose. So for me, this will do the job. Please look away if you don't like it. So I'm just cutting the last piece for the outside frame. Hooray! And of course, the last piece is a wonky one. It kind of had to be this way. Oh, the smell of fresh wood. It's incredible. So delicious. As you can see, the wind is still going on, so I prefer to wait till the wind is gone to attach the plastic to the wooden boards, because at this stage I feel like it's gonna, either get loose from one side while I'm working at the other one. But I still obviously have to do the middle garden bed, so we'll do that. And I almost forgot the board for the seedlings. I will have to cut and put into place as well. So let's do that for now. Ta-da! I need to find some smaller screws. They're obviously too long. Didn't think about it. The rescue box. A mixture of screws of all varieties. That's what I'm talking about. And have you seen those small seedlings that are coming out already? I just planted them, I think 3 days ago, and look at them. I think they're really happy here in the greenhouse. It's one more spot for one, so that gives me way more space here for seedlings. I could even think about making another, shelf here for gear and stuff. I don't think I would want it for seedlings, because then of course it would be, in the shadow of those ones. But for, putting pots up here or something like that, that are just, away from the main space. Although, I have to say I have quite a lot of space down here as well. So, we'll see. For now, I'm really happy. At this stage, I think I have more than enough space. It's more maybe for the early spring season, when I grow all my seedlings, that I might need more space. But I'll figure that out when I'm there. So, still the wind is going on, so I will fill the garden beds, I think, with, again, wood chips on the bottom, and then the soil, and then a layer of mulch of wood chips again. Yeah, let's do that. Before I pour that down, I was asked before what I use for plants. And this is a brand that I get at Leroy Merlin, and it's $3.99 for 45 liters. So I think it's a pretty good deal for being organic. So let me know in the comments if you have a recommendation for another brand, or even like a delivery service for, like, big bags. I think that would be way cheaper in general. But so far that's the cheapest with the best quality that I could find. And the good news is also, this is the only year that I will really have to buy the soil, and the next years I will have my own compost. My goal with this cardboard is to place it on the pathways and then add a layer of wood chips on top, just to make sure there are no weeds coming out there, because obviously there I don't have that soil layer to protect, the seeds that might still be active in here in the soil to come out. So I think a layer of cardboard would be an additional protective layer. So what I've done just now is attach those wooden slats to the boards of the garden beds, and I tried to squeeze that plastic kind of in between as much as possible. So at least now it's a really tight fit and shouldn't flap around too much with the wind, hopefully. Here I'm gonna put a big layer of wood chips down as well, so this corner and this bottom piece looks nice as well, and you're barely gonna see the wind slat anymore. Now the only thing that I want to do is put the seedlings that I bought into the rest of the beds, put some fresh seeds in, put some seeds in some trays, and that is a good and productive day, I would say. So yeah, very excited for this last step, and then let's just give some love to those plants and hope they grow into nice and delicious veggies. I have some coentros and some salsa. I'm gonna plant some rhubarb chard. There is a early purple sprouting broccoli that I want to try out. And you can sow it throughout the entire winter or until December, which is perfect. Very small seeds, I usually put 2 or 3 in each of the trays, and the bigger ones I just use one per little square here. And also a bit of the normal broccoli, which also I have as seedlings plants, but again, it's just great to have different stages of growth. So once one plant is finished, you can, get the other one to grow and harvest pretty soon after.